Hello everyone, this is Romario with a new Legacy video, and I was a little busy for the last few days, so it took a little longer for me to post a new video. And I'm still in this artifact kick, I guess. This list is not playing probably the two of my favorite cards right now, Ugin and Tezzeret, but we're playing a new artifact, which is a Pinnacle Emissary. And I don't see why Magic Online sometimes blows up the card, sometimes it doesn't. But Pinnacle Emissary is a new card, or newish. And recently we had Michael Mapson as a guest on the Legacy Small Talk podcast, and I got inspired by him to play this deck. He also recorded a league on his podcast YouTube channel called Eternal Witnesses, so I recommend you guys go check it out. I think he was playing the same 75, actually. I didn't take a close look, but I'm assuming it's similar. But before we get started, I'll ask you to please hit the subscribe button, hit the like button if you like Legacy, if you like pre-modern. I post videos 2 to 3 times a week on my channel. So if you like my content, help out and hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, leave comments below on deck choices, card choices, lines that I take on the videos. I love reading the comments, and I try my best to reply to all of them in a timely manner. But yeah, like I said, this is a deck that was inspired by the conversation that we had with Mike and the Legacy Small Talk podcast. He was our guest, and actually we had a little bit of a talk about this deck during BCDL, which was the Buffalo Chicken Dip Legacy event that we competed a couple of weeks ago from the time of the recording of this video. And I remember he mentioned to me this new card, Pinnacle Emissary, and how it could be played in Legacy. I hadn't seen it decks at that time, but then later I started seeing some people talk about this card, some other streamers, and then kind of piqued my interest. And like I said, I've been enjoying casting some artifacts lately, and I was like, all right, well, let me give it a try. So yeah, this deck kind of looks like the old 8-cast style of deck. We have Thoughtcast, Kappa Cannoneer, and Thought Monitor. And then you have the artifacts that we kind of used to see nowadays in Legacy, the Baubles, Mox Opal, Lavaspur Boots, and of course Emry, always good with this style of decks. You can always rebuy your cheap artifacts that, of course, they have some kind of synergy with Kappa Cannoneer. And then I think the new addition to this deck that I hadn't seen before is the 4 copies of Sync into Stupor. I think this card obviously serves different purposes, right? It makes blue mana. The deck is basically mono blue. We do have the Pinnacle Emissaries and Dismembers, but the deck is pretty much a blue deck. But one of the things that I think I actually talked to some people about is that having Force of Will and Force of Negations in this decks, sometimes you have a hard time having a blue card. You get in situations that you don't want to maybe not even cast things like Thought Monitor and Thoughtcast and get more cards because you might not draw blue cards. And then, yes, you have a Force of Will, but if you don't have a blue card to remove, you get in these awkward spots, which I think the natural evolution of this deck, I think if I was going to play, even before playing a single match with this deck, by just looking at it and the fact that you can make tokens with Pinnacle Emissaries, it's maybe instead of playing Force of Wills in the main deck, it's to have Metallic Rebuke somewhere in the 75. I do like the Flusterstorms. It's another counter magic that you don't have to have a blue card in your hand in order to cast it. I mean, you don't have to have Force of Will and Force of Negation, but usually that's how you cast it, right, for free. But yeah, I think the deck it looks really cool, like pretty aggressive. And you're playing very good cards. You do, of course, run into the issue of Orcish Bowmasters, which might have been the reason why 8-cast kind of disappeared from Legacy for a while, because it's kind of awkward to try to draw extra cards when you're taking damage and growing your opponent's creatures. And then the sideboard, we just have a bunch of 1-drop artifacts that you can find with Urza Saga. They all have the same utilities. Sort of in the similar fashion that you have when you're playing Karn the Great Creator, right? So we got a Grafdigger's Cage. Again, there's a lot of graveyard based decks in the format right now. Haywire Mite is just a good catch-all against various decks that including like Painter, like Snare Bridges. Mystic Forge deck is still sort of a popular deck in the format. You can even catch opponents' Urza Sagas. Pithing Needle, it's another card that's always super versatile. Shadowspear, again, you're playing Construct and you're playing things like Kappa Cannoneer, so even though Kappa Cannoneer usually doesn't get blocked, right? But it's still a very good target. And we have Surge Node. Surge Node is a little puzzling to me in this deck. Usually, I like to see Surge Node in my sideboard when I'm trying to combat Chalice of the Void from my opponents. So this one's a little puzzling to me, but I'm going to trust Mike on this. Then we have Tormod's Crypt too. Again, same reasons, Grafdigger's Cage and so Guiding Lantern. And then we got copies of Dismember, which I'm pretty sure that card is still here because of cards like Collector Roof. And then we have Harbinger of the Seas, which is basically like a blue Blood Moon. So, and now we have the rules changed for Urza Saga. This is not a non-bow anymore, so it's just upside, right? Like I said, the deck's mono blue, so if you can, get a Blood Moon in play or a Blue Moon in play, it's just a very good card now too. And then we have the 4 extra counter magic for pretty much any combo deck that we may see. All right, but yeah, I think the deck's pretty straightforward. Like, we're just trying to play creatures and draw extra cards, and hopefully attack your opponent before they can do something to kill you. So we'll see how it goes, and we'll see how it goes in round 1. All right, we're here for round 1. Let's see how this goes. We got a Chalice on turn 1, right? Yeah. All right. Seems good, I think. Or you can also play Pinnacle Emissary. No, I think I want Chalice still. This way I still have Metalcraft if this works. Cool. All right, let's see what they got going on there. A mountain. All right. What if this just like mono red and they're like nice Chalice. Is that the same mountain that they revealed? It is. All right, so I guess the play here is to warp this thing for 1 blue. And we'll play a Lotus Petal. Yeah. We're playing against Burn. So we cast this for the low price of 1 blue. Play this other thing. I think I'm just gonna play Saga. And I mean, I could play another Chalice, but I don't think the extra token matters as much. Let me see what they're playing. Another Lightning Bolt. All right, then I think I'm not gonna do anything then. Let me put this over here so it's not as annoying. And so it is Painter, I guess. This is better than just playing. Let me see. I think the constructs are going to be very big. I think I'm just going to take damage here. I'll play Emry. And I'm going to swing for 2. And I think there's a line that can actually deal 18 damage next turn. So it is Painter. Alright. Well, I can also Chalice for 2 next turn if I think that's gonna be an issue. Okay, that guy's not a problem yet. The 7/7. Alright. Let's think. I could go grab the Spellbomb. Bounce that. Well, I could, well, attacking, blocking doesn't really matter. I could also get the boots and force them to block. I think if I get the spell bomb, bounce it, and play a Chalice on 2, there's less chance of something going wrong. There's no mana producing there, right? But I think I can. So let's do this for 2. Okay. All right, so it's definitely Painter. I'm gonna bring the Needle, Haywire Mite, and so Harbinger doesn't work very well now because we know, you know, there's a Saga and stuff. I don't think I want forces against them. I do think I want some number of Dismembers. And maybe I can cut a Bauble. So Guardian Lantern still has a lot of text, right? I really don't like Force of Will. That card is like, I think it's only necessary when I'm playing against combo decks that you don't want to die on turn 1, but other than that, I really don't like that card. Goblin Welder. It's a Joblin. A Joblin Welder. And let's see. So we could just put it back, or I guess Emry on turn 1. I guess there's a Needle there, so they have to kill Emry, I guess. Perhaps. Okay. Good thing I have a second one. That's very good for them. Could have gave me a Bauble. Oh, it costs 1 more. Oh, Jesus. Did I play land this turn? I did. I played the Volcanic. Thought Monitor. It doesn't seem like it would cost that much in this deck, but it seems actually very hard to resolve. Like 7 mana, even with all the artifacts and stuff, it still seems complicated. I'm not gonna block. Thanks for the offer. Do I need to keep Force of Wills against them? I'm starting to think maybe I should have a couple at least. Yeah, so this one costs 5. So yeah, I guess I could take a bunch of damage here, but do I just... Oh, I miscounted. Okay, that was terrible. Sorry. I thought for some reason if I played, I think, tapped. No, I think I'm just gonna submit this again. Maybe I have a Chalice of the Void on turn 1 again. We do. Okay. I think I'm gonna keep it. And I have an Emissary, but again, I don't think that's the right play. It's probably just Chalice on turn 1. So I can hold up one of the Baubles if I want to. For the Emissary. I can actually just cast Emissary next turn. I don't have to warp. That might be better. Yeah, so I think I'm gonna do that. I feel like a little more safe now because of the Chalice. It's a no rod. All right, cool. Oh, I should have Bauble in response. Yeah. That was bad. Oh. You put the grindstones in the graveyard. Multiple reasons, right? Chalice and their own O-Rod. What am I hoping to draw here? Kappa? Oh, that's also very good. All right, let's just cast this guy, I guess. Feels so bad that I cast a Soulguiding Lantern into my own Chalice. That was so terrible. But I'm making a bad place, so you don't have to do it. Maybe if I win with all these mistakes, means the deck is really good. So this time I do have Needle in the deck, so I could stop the reflection of Kiki Jiki. Also, I think if I just draw a Kappa here like this, the game gets a whole lot better for me. Oh. Can I just cast by... Alright, so let's make a token. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh my gosh, one second. I actually have to pay 1 blue. Apparently I'm not trying to win this game. Oh no, can I? I guess their best play here is if they Fury and then copy it. Alright, oh. Yeah, that one. So you can only... I haven't cast Kappa. Okay, it's just for the colorless part. Alright. I think now they're forced to block, right? Okay, how's the filer? But they have to get Goblin Welder specifically in play. I don't know if they have a way out of this one. I mean, maybe they have something that destroys artifacts and it can kill a construct and then... I thought their way out was to cast Fury the last turn and then copy with Kiki Jiki, but I guess they didn't have it, so... They also deal a lot of damage too. They could swing in the same turn too. A Goblin Engineer. Alright. What can he get with that? Oh, it's Snare Bridge. Okay. Snare Bridge makes for a very interesting game then after that. So that, I do have the copies of what is it called? Sink into Stupor. But also I did have I had the copies of Dismember. So I can just draw Dismember to kill this. I don't know. We've got outs. It's a Bauble. That doesn't really help. Makes him 10/10s, so he can block here and take 10, go to 6. Okay, so I mean, yeah, this game's gonna go long though. I mean, I guess I can still poke them with a drone token. I was hoping that Kappa would just not be too big here, but okay. So if I, what am I hoping to draw here? Yeah, I guess Dismember is one card because then I can kill Goblin Engineer. Oh. This should do it, right? Wow. Right on time. Cool. So that was round one. Let's see if we can win round two. It was well played, but less opponent. Just that I think having the Chalice on turn one in games 1 and 3 were the difference maker. But yeah, completely forgot about No Rod, that they're been playing No Rod in the sideboard of Painter. I think it's mostly because of Mystic Forge decks, but all right, let's see how this goes. All right, we're back here from round two. Let's see if we can continue in a winning streak of one match. Can I keep this one? So Thoughtcast, yeah, sure, we'll keep this one. Now, how do I want to sequence this? I think I'm just gonna play Synod and Saga Lantern. And the next turn, Thoughtcast will cost 1 less mana. I mean 3 less mana. Yeah. I shouldn't have 6 ever. Yeah, that's why I like to play artifacts decks that don't play blue, because then you can just cast your stuff and say go. When you play blue, then you're like, oh. Alright, turns out the Soulgun Lantern turn 1 was not terrible. I think this Thought Monitor is going to be the card I'm going to discard to counter the Thought Seize that I expect my opponent to cast. Dark Ritual. Yeah, I guess, sure. And let's not play around too much. So they can't Pithing Negation because then they don't have mana to cast. Okay, so they just concede. Wow, yeah, definitely got lucky there. So I think I'm gonna bring Needle. Basically called the Graveyard Hate, right? This, then this, and this. I don't think Haywire Mite lines up well against Belcher. Urza's Baubles, like I don't think so neither. What else can I cut? I don't want to cut all the Baubles. I do need the 0-drop artifacts. And I gotta also watch how many blue. I thought Monitor. Yeah, this card is like, it's kind of hard for me to cast. I don't. So some people like still bring like a creature heavy plan to post board. I was playing against someone last week, and I don't remember if it was a league that I recorded, but they tried to kill me with the dinosaur. I forgot the name. Regisaur things. I forgot the one that's like you have to discard a card every turn. So there's some people still using that plan, and they had the skeleton that I think you lose half of your life when it hits you. and has sort of like Undying. Sorry if I'm blanking on the cards. Those are cards I usually don't play, so I don't know. All right, we're playing against a turn 1 combo deck, so this hand is not good. I think that's just as good as it gets. So there's an upside to Lotus Petal over a second seeded Synod. I mean, I'm definitely going to keep the 3 cards to the left here. Petal, like if I draw Emissary, I can play it. Seeded Synod is like a permanent blue source in play. I think it's gonna. I don't know if it's gonna matter too much. I think this game's gonna be decided like on this turn. Like, so it looks like my opponents there. Did they keep 7? Yeah, they kept 7. All right. So not. Oh, nothing. They accidentally. Oh, okay. They just kind of accidentally almost passed the turn to me. You know what? I'm gonna do this. All right, I think I'm just gonna pass. Chalice will avoid way better when you're on the play. Just saying. In case it's not obvious. Oh, you got exiled because it was a Force Negation. So, I mean, I kind of just hope to draw things that draw more cards. I guess a Thoughtcast is my option since I cut the Thought Monitor. Yeah, Thought Monitor just seems really, really hard for me to cast with this deck in time for before I get oopsed. So yeah, cost 7 mana. So just looking at this, so it would be 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 3. So it would cost 4 mana, which is fun in this case. I would be able to cast actually, right? Because it's got affinity, right? Okay, so 7. Yeah, so 6, 5, 4. And then Mox Opal, Seeded Synod, and Ancient Tomb would actually be able to cast. Alright, well then I guess I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. Alright, so they're gonna. What are they gonna do? What are they gonna do? Don't do it, opponent, don't do it. They're really tanking there. I have played with both of those lands in the same deck, but not both at the same time, I think. If you've been watching my channel for a while, like I used to play a version of Saga Storm that used to run the Echo Veons and Bowmasters, and I think I ran both of them, but a different instance. Okay, so they're just gonna cast the they're sitting Former. All right, yeah, I can't really do anything about that. All right, let's hit the consider button. Yeah, I think all the lists are pretty standard. I wonder if So instead of Kappa, if I had Thought Monitor, but I don't think it matters too much. Yeah, this hand is. If it had one counter magic, I think I would keep it. Urza Saga being able to find the cage is like really good, but it's not. No, I can't keep it, unfortunately. This hand is amazing, I think. So if I put a petal back, I think it makes more sense. They're gonna force a vigor me. All right, it's pretty good. So if I draw land, I could try to cast Chalice next turn. Just play a tap land. All right. Sign that we're hopefully not dying this turn. I wonder if they're wondering like if they should play Lotus Petal. Most likely I'm not going to Chalice on 0. Also have no baubles too. I can even draw extra cards for now. Yeah. I mean, it really depends what I draw next turn. Like making plans right now actually does not help. All right, so now it's just, I think it's Chalice time. I mean, Chalice on 0 does stop. What's the name of that card? Back to negation, but doesn't seem very good. Oh, again, I shouldn't have 6 because they're casting something. No? I'm like, just kidding. I mean, clearly they were like removing exile every spirit guide and semi spirit guide. Okay. Maybe they're trying to cast that thing that destroys artifacts. Maybe it's a stretch, but if I draw an ancient tomb next turn. Oh no, it still wouldn't work, right? I was thinking if I draw an ancient tomb, I could have hardcast Force of Will, but I'm gonna lose Saga next turn, so no. The answer is no. I didn't know this card existed. Um, I could cast the Pinnacle Emissary, but I think that's scary. I mean, I have the Soulguide Lantern. Maybe it's not. No, but what if they try to, I don't know, Belcher me? I mean, I could. No, I think this way I have two lines of protection, right? I can always bounce a land, permanent, I mean, a spell back to the hand and force a will. And they're not doing anything, so yeah, I don't think I have to. Okay, so I'm gonna try to recast this guy. Okay, so now I have a threat. Interesting that Pinnacle Emissary itself does not have flying. Alright, casting 2 mana. Those two. I don't think I need another Emry. This is taking a long time for me a match against Oops. I mean, they do have 4 cards in hand, so I'm sure it's not for nothing. Alright, so we have an Ancient Tomb. Look at a Lotus Petal. So if I cast this guy for its this cost, I get 2 tokens. I'll get a token from this one too. Okay, so that's probably correct. And I can swing for 3. Okay, so that guy's gonna go on an adventure. Yeah, the clock is not not great, but not emissary. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. No, but I can't hold up. I'm trying to hold up sink to stupor. All right, so let's make a blue mana. Send this guy on an adventure too. All right, resolved. And let's target this thing. Yeah, swing for 6. I know we should draw a Bauble at this point so I could draw extra cards, but next turn I get to attack for 9. Everything goes okay. Or 10 if I want to attack with Emry. Which might make more sense. What's the difference in playing this and... Oh, if a gift's promised, the promises you may promise an opponent gift, because if you do draw, they draw a card before. Okay. Huh. All right. Looks like they consider the match. Cool. All right. That was round 2. We'll see how. We'll see if we can win round 3. All right. So we're back here for round 3. I think I can keep this. A little less excited than the other 2. I'm gonna do this. Okay, well that changed things a little bit. It's probably some black and white version of Death and Taxes, but that's pretty good too. I hope Emry just makes through 1 turn cycle. God damn it, he didn't. Yeah, Wasteland on that's a little better than on Saga. Let's say no here. Okay. So they still have a shadowy backstreet in hand. Red mana. What are they casting? Oh, it's this deck. Okay, so it's not Death and Taxes. Alright. I forgot that the black version of the deck plays Thoughtseize. Wow, that's yeah, this one's kind of annoying now. Especially with the Thought Monitor in my hand. Alright. Wow. Alright, so let's see. How am I gonna do this? I think I'm still gonna hold on to the Lotus Petal. Yeah, I don't have a removal spell for Orcish Bowmasters. Like the best thing I've got is the Spellbomb, but things got flashed, so it's kind of annoying. Kappa Cannoneer. Okay. Interesting. I don't think they even flash back here. What are they gonna? All right, so this one for 4. They are gonna flash back. Okay. I'm gonna take Lotus Petal. The Thought Monitor. Interesting. I mean, Bowmaster just kills it on the spot. But okay, Ocelot Pride. Land. Oof. This Chalice would have been very, very good a few turns ago. Like 1 turn ago. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna make tokens, I guess. That's if they attack, I can block Bowmasters. Johnny, okay. I think there's a reason not to block this guy. I mean, I know the cat, but I really think I need to even maybe get Metalcraft. Does it do damage to this thing? Okay. All right. So, what can I think I'm just gonna have to make mana. Did I get a spell bomb? Play this. How much does it cost? 3. So if I do this on a stack, I can bounce the Bowmasters. I get to draw 2 cards. Is that even? I don't even know how relevant that is. Okay, let's see what happens. Because I think if I draw the Pinnacle Emissary, then I could make enough tokens. I can maybe try to stabilize, but then Orcish Bowmaster. Well, they're gonna cast Bowmasters now. They're not gonna cast next turn. I think, or I hope. Voice of Victory. Yeah, okay, I can. I'm taking 4. This deals damage. Is it to anything? I'm sorry, actually. Oh, any target. Okay, then it might just that. All right. Okay, so let's see. I don't think I need Saga and Lantern against them. I think they play a lot of non-basics. I think I do like Lavaspurs. Maybe the Baubles are kind of weak. Needle is very. I think Needle is probably relevant. I'm gonna keep the Force of Wills. Maybe cut the Thought Monitors and bring Dismembers. Is it? It is. It is a little easier for me to cast Thoughtcast. All right, I think I'm gonna roll like this. I think sometimes they also run deafening silence. I don't know if I should bring Haywire Mite expecting that. My opponent's deep in the tank thinking their sideboard plan. Meanwhile, I think I'm just gonna put some Pinnacle Emissaries on my online cart. We are like I am at least in Eternal Weekend prep phase. Tournaments it's coming up soon. Huh. I think I kind of like this one. I'm gonna play Seat Needle and just name Wasteland. Yeah, I think what I can do next time, I can play Saga and then play Lavaspur Boots. Okay, so Gyno Soul. My gosh, I can never remember the name of those cards. All right, so if I play Saga and play Emry, oops, I meant to do this way, this, then Emry. Thoughtcast. I guess that's one reason to keep Thoughtcast. I mean, Thought Monitor instead of Thoughtcast, because one of them you can actually bring back with Emry, but it's another. I mean, Emry doesn't do anything right now, so I don't think they have to plow it. I'm pretty immune to Bowmasters, so I mean, Thoughtseize doesn't really matter anyways, because I'm probably going to cast the Seed of the Synod. I'll block this guy. If it's Bowmasters, it's not a big deal. Yep. I got a Force of Will now. Cool. So maybe having the all right, something for me. If we go to game 3, maybe the Shadowspear. I should bring Shadowspear. Yeah, the trample and life gain might be better than protection from things. Oh, I meant to force it. Okay. Yeah, Kim blocks got flying. It's gonna go in the offense. Okay, so I think I just need to force a removal spell on the token. Amped Raptor. This only happens if... Okay, I think that's fine. Is it fine? Not a Johnny. I'm gonna regret not having boots. I mean, not the boots, the spear in my deck. I need to bounce this thing, right? Okay, so we're gonna swing for a lot. All right, so 6, 7. All right, let's see. Or I guess the option is no. Oh, I'm at 3 life already. Just realized that. Let's see if I find anything relevant. I mean, I could give haste. None of those things are relevant. I don't think so. The Lotus Petal. Yeah, not having Shadowspear, I guess, was a problem. Yeah, no, I think that they have it, I think. I mean, I can... My 3 life, yeah, no, they got it. All right, yeah, well played opponent. They were definitely more prepared in this matchup than I was. All right, currently 2-1, so let's see if we can maybe finish with a 4-1. All right, so round 4, we are on the... I mean, I can choose to be on the play. It's almost looks like an 8 cast hand, so I'm going to keep it. All right. Sorry, I just had to adjust my camera. I'm sorry, my monitor. So I'm gonna try to resolve this Emry. Pretty good hits there, pretty much. I can't recast any of them, so that's good. This blue-red. All right, I think we're just gonna let it resolve. We got a second Emry. I can choose to try to counter this one. Murktide. All right, I am going to try to force back. Maybe I should keep the Sinking Stupor. It is like a good catch-all card. Another force. Okay. Yeah, I don't know if it was correct to remove Sing to Stupor. Maybe it wasn't. I'm not sure. Tamio. Alright. Thundering Falls. They kept it on top. Okay. I guess we're gonna find out what they kept on top. DRC. Okay. Alright, so what do I mean, I guess I just really have to. Well, that's pretty good, actually. Well, if Tamio flips, then it's not good. But if I draw a Bauble, I think I'm just tempted to just hard cast a Pinnacle Emissary and then try to make some tokens. I'm gonna cast this guy. Drew a lot of Force of Wills in this game. I mean, they did it too, I guess. Can't block it because it flies. Why doesn't my robot fly too? This is so unfair. I'm gonna draw a card. I think I'm kind of basically locked in on Force, whatever they get. It's a Archetype. So yeah, I need to Force. Please don't have a Daze. Cool. All right. Guess I'll attack. Oh, no, is it correct? Maybe I should hold on and wait to draw another artifact. The problem here to me is that oh, that thing doesn't have. I just realized it only doesn't have flying now. So they're gonna draw a card. Yeah, because if they flip Tamio, then of course Steel Cutter. Okay, that one's okay. Yeah, I really need to draw like a Thoughtcast, I guess. I guess a Mox Opal will be fine too, because then I can just recast the Pinnacle Emissary. Right, this is not the worst. I mean, they're 12 life, so. I'm swinging for 4. What are they going to draw? Land. All right. Kappa is very good. So I'm 1 artifact away from being able to cast it. And this, whenever you cast an artifact, so I'll get it anyways. All right. So I got Bauble, Mox Opal, Petal. I still probably my best draws now, I guess. Okay, so they're gonna keep the DRC back now to block, I guess. There's no reason to block. What am I doing? Picking Tamio. They drew an extra card. Yeah, they have 4 cards. I mean, they've been drawing so many cards with the Tamio. Maybe I should be playing Tamio in my deck too. No, because then there'll be more cards and not artifacts. All right, so they're gonna get a Core Steel Cutter. Is it Monk? Yeah. Oh, they're deciding if they want to put in the graveyard. I just realized wait. Okay, Ponder, Artifact. So they, alright, so after they sack that, then DRC will have Delirium. Okay, that's a big DRC. Alright. If it resolves, it's pretty good. Oh, it did. Sweet. So blue. I guess I'll tap this. Oh, cool. All right. So they. Wow. Do I want to sideboard? I think I just want to swap this for this because I think life totals are going to be more relevant. And maybe a Force of Will for a Flusterstorm. I don't know if I want to sideboard anything. Like Dismember seems okay, but losing life against a deck is playing lightning bolts and aggressive creatures doesn't seem very good. Haywire Mite, it's okayish against Core Steel Cutter, I guess. I was thinking about having more counter magic because of things like No Rod, but I don't know if that's the best strategy. And Dismember doesn't really kill Murktide. Harbinger doesn't. Harbinger actually seems interesting, right? Because they are two color deck that plays. They might not even play an island. Yeah, but it's seems kind of narrow. Oops. Yeah, I think I can keep this. Probably gonna have a pile of Pyroblasts. If it's a Tamio, a DRC, I think DRC will be alright. I think. Hope so. Can I cast Sink into Stupor? No, I'm sorry. Thought Monitor. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this thing will cost 3. No, I can't. I'm not even close. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's see what I draw next turn. If I draw Pinnacle Emissary, then I think I'll be in good shape. If not, then I can just redraw some cards with the baubles. If I draw another 0 drop, then it would be 5 affinity, 6, 7 can cast that. I mean, it plays into a daze, but I can always just redraw cards afterwards. Okay, yeah, I think this is fine. It's a bit on the slower side, but that might be alright. Because I'm basically using cards that I'm going to redraw to try to get some advantage, right? I think the Thought Monitor is not even that great because it only draws 2 cards and it's a 2/2. And they're going to have a 3/3 on the other side of the board. I'm going to swing for 1. I'm assuming they're going to play a spell after combat. I don't think these decks play Wastelands, so I'm not worried about that for now. There's another seat. So does that work? So 5, 6, yeah, it does. So it doesn't feel terrible if this thing doesn't resolve. Because I can always just redraw 3 cards. I mean, I can even force if I want to, but I don't know if I want to do all that. Is that a Pyroblast? It is a Pyroblast. Alright, then, Is it worth fighting this card? Yeah, let's do it. Alright, I'm a little happier now that they decided to fight over this. Because now I can draw. And they have less cards in hand too, so this thing actually gives me more information. Preordain, and I'm just going to draw them. Thoughtcast. Chalice. Alright, so this Alright, so these cards are good, but I wonder if I'm gonna have time to do all that. Because I can play Chalice and then Thoughtcast. Well, actually, DRC is still a 1/1, so maybe I do. Okay. All right. Well, then, yeah, I think I do I have time to do all that? That's the question. Oh, Wastelands. Didn't think they play Wastelands in this deck. Cool. And I think, yeah, I'll play this. And try to draw 2 cards. If they have days, it sucks, but they didn't. Alright, Sing to Stupor. Very interesting because now I can bounce one of the DRCs and they shouldn't be able to recast it. So I'm gonna swing for 2. Just try to cast it. I'll keep this one. No, I think Murktide is still gonna be the problem. So I don't think I need to get rid of the DRCs now. Of course, Steel Cutter. Yeah. Alright, so now there are 3 3s. Okay, so might be in my best interest now to bounce one of them back to their hand. Okay. The thing has trample now. Alright. Let's block this one. And I'm gonna take 4. All right. Yeah, I need to draw artifacts. Or actually, Thought Monitor might be the best draw here. I mean, Kappa is also good, but it would need to have a follow-up. I just guess a Murktide. If it's a Murktide, I'm gonna feel terrible for using the Sink to Stupor, but I think I had to because a 4/4 with Trample Flyer, I don't think I could deal with it. Yeah. Does this thing give haste too? Yeah, so I think I'm just dead, right? That's 10 damage. I'm gonna go to 1. Hmm. I can't even cast that one. All right. So, yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot I want to change here. Like Needle maybe can like name Wasteland, but I don't think so. I think plus I think I do need the Force Will still. Like I said, maybe there's a case for Harbinger of the Seas, but it's really hard to cut it. One of the other cards in my deck. It's one of the matchups that I do want to have all the draw spells. Especially because Thought Monitor is also a flyer that can block DRCs and Murktides. I feel like this game is really about Kappa Cannoneer. If I draw Kappa and the Kappa resolves, I think then I should be able to race whatever they have going on the other side of the board, but I need to draw the card, right? All right, Chalice of the Void on turn 1. Yeah, I can Chalice on turn 1. Spellbomb would just be chilling in my hand, I guess. And I get to redraw 3 cards. Yeah. All right. Let's try. Demoling into 6. 1. I'm playing Storm. There's a Storm count too. I guess because I have a Flusterstorm in my deck. Maybe they have Flusterstorm in their hand too. Obviously I'm not trying to Storm here. Yeah, they have to. Sure, they have to force here. All right, so we're just gonna redraw. Yeah. And yeah. And they have Force of Will too. Ay, ay, ay. Unless I'm not getting wastelanded, right? Okay, so I don't have Metalcraft now. I need to draw any 0 drops. Actually, if I draw City's Synod, might just be the best draw. The Battle of the Baubles. Alright, so let's cast this thing. I'll cast this one. And I guess I'll try to do this. Sweet. Alright, so I'm just gonna pass. I'm gonna try to warp this next turn and make a token. So I know they have Force of Will, so oh, please wasteland me. They're thinking about it. I'd much rather have the Saga going on than. Okay, that's probably gonna draw the Force from their hand. It's gonna Murktide from them. They can waste any response. No? Okay. No, I'm just gonna cast this guy then. Blue and oh, I meant to cast it, not warp it. Well, that kind of sucked. All right. That was not my intention. Shadowspear. I think they could probably, yeah, I think they're probably gonna hit the Saga now. That's a volcanic that I saw, I'm assuming. Did everybody Murktide? I'm prepared this time. So they probably had Murktide. I guess they realized that Spellbomb would deal with it. I'll swing for 1. Alright, I think as long as it I don't even know, like I guess of course Steel Cutter is not a big deal now. Alright, so there's a Chalice in the oh, there's that too now. Lots of options. I think I still want to cast this guy first. So blue, this, and red. Okay, then I can. I guess a paddle makes more sense since I already have an opal in play. Get a token. One blue. Okay. Yeah, get a some of my life back, I guess. All right, and I mean, I was thinking about getting Chalice back, but I think it was I can't save it. Never mind. I mean, I could add a Spellbomb, but can't. Oh. This is interesting, you know. I can equip and swing for some amount of damage, or I can. I think I'm gonna play the second one. I'm gonna cast it, not do the other thing. All right, swinging for 6. Is that correct? And I gain some of my life back again. Cool. All right, that was a interesting match in my opinion. I mean, game 3 was not so much, but game 1 and 2 are cool. Yeah, well played, opponent. Let's see if we can finish 4-1. Yep. Round 5 and last one for the league. Deck's really interesting so far. Here's the list again. If you like Legacy, if you like Premodern, again, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and we'll see how we end the league. All right, we're here for round 5. Let's see. This is an interesting hand. Oh no. Oh, actually, this counts as a artifact. So I do have Metalcraft on turn 1. Oh, Shuko. I think I know what's going on. Okay, so let's do this first. I'll probably force if they force back. Cool. So this will happen. And this will happen. And yeah, we'll draw a card. Oh, Nomads. All right, so wow. We have lots of decisions next turn. I think I just start with Thoughtcast. Pretty much regardless what I draw. All right, and I guess I can just attack. So I have double force. I have another Pinnacle Ganis. I have a Thought Monitor in the graveyard too. Okay. So I guess I just try to stop their combo. Source to Plowshares. Yeah, that's fine, I guess. It's not fine, but fine. Tamio. I think Tamio's bad vibes. Alright, so I got another token. Looking for 3. I guess you can always try to get lucky and draw a blue card off of Silgana Lantern. I'm gonna brainstorm first. Yeah, can't really do anything about that. Wonder if it was no, I don't think it was correct to protect Emry, because I think that point they can still find an answer. I guess I just need Cage instead of Lantern. Maybe instead of Baubles. What do I want to do here? Spellbomb doesn't seem great. Maybe just bring Needle instead. I don't want Dismembers, but like, well, all right, let me try this. No, I definitely want Flusterstorm. And then 2 Dismembers, maybe. All right, let's try that. Tammy is a pain in the ass. I was thinking like maybe Lavaspur Boots can change things. Okay, I like this hand. Yeah. So let's see how it goes. We could go Cage. I mean, Seed Cage, Petal, cast Emry. Pretty aggressive. Alright, so we got Force to play Lotus Petal. Because I play the Cage. And I'm gonna cast this guy. Is he gonna eat the Force of Will? A Daze. Alright, yeah. C'est la vie. Ponderino. Cards are rad. It's so long now. It says creature, core, nomad, soldier. It's got it's like too big for the text box there. I'm gonna swing for 1. Oh, that's does that change things? If I cast this with warp. No, it doesn't. So maybe I should have just played this Sink to Stupor tap. No, it's fine. It's fine. It is okay. But if I draw a 0-drop next turn, then it makes a world of difference, right? Because then I can Pinnacle Emissary and then make a token and then Thoughtcast all in the same turn. Makes me wonder if I should have just forced back on the Emry, but then it gets plowed and it's bad vibes for me. Okay, so if I played this, doesn't really help. I guess we just cast it. I want to plow it. Yep. I never know how many days those decks play. I'm assuming everyone's probably playing Larson's list. Is that a Teferi? I can let Teferi resolve. That's gonna suck if they have a force for it back. No? Alright. Bauble. Okay, so if I play Bauble, it costs 2. That didn't really help. What are they drawing? Saga. Alright. Alright. Should have held up this up too, because if I drew a Flusterstorm, like would have been way worse. So I think the play next turn is to get Needle and Core. Right, Encore, Encore, Nomads. The little kid just holding an armadillo. Let's see what we draw first. Another Thought Monitor. We're gonna make a token first. Yeah. Not trying to lose to a wasteland, right? I mean, a Pithing Needle. Alright, so Nomads and Core. I mean, I know they can have what you call Shuko, but we'll brainstorm. That's a good one for them. All right, so Chalice. Chalice is always late for me. Look at all the 1-drops that they already cast. All right, so actually, it's not a bad idea for them to brainstorm and then make a token, because then you get a shuffle. Unless you just haven't, like, not doing hand, and then that's a whole different story. But okay, so they're gonna make a token. That's a good sign for me, I think. Yeah, but I think here I would have maybe brainstormed so you can get the free shuffle. Unless it doesn't matter, then I don't have a way to stop Shuko and Nadu. Okay, they're gonna kill my token. Another Saga. Am I just gonna lose to Saga tokens? That'll be tragic. That's 5. Okay. Alright. So what do I need to do? I need to draw a land. First things first. Pithing Needle. You're gonna name what? Saga? Where's the Saga? Okay. Alright. Here's a oh no. Do the math first. So currently this thing costs 4. If I play this, will cost 3. If I tap and cast this, means it will cost 2. So I think it makes sense for me to do that. Then if I draw a land, I didn't, but okay. So they can't make a token either, and they have a brainstorming hand that they can't resolve. That's 9 damage. Okay. Did I side out the Aether Spellbomb? I did. Son of a gun. All right. I'm gonna take 9. Narcomoeba. Okay. Shuko. That's a very good draw. All right, so I think I'm gonna get a Mox Opal. Yeah. How much this cost to cast? Just 1 blue. All right, so I think I should pay 1 blue for a Thought Monitor. Too many Kappas. All right, so Cap will be a 5/5. Yeah, I'm gonna play for 0. It seems terrible, but I need to do, I think. All right, so now I can block Narcomoeba. Oh no. Yeah, I can block those 2. Take 3 in the air. Oh no, did I just put myself dead on board? No. But I do have to deal with the constructs. Now, if he's... I guess if they have another Shuko, then I'm dead. Oh, Ghost Vacuum. Okay. I don't know if like holding up Flusterstorm was worth tapping his second Thought Monitor. Okay, so they drew a land, so they have a brainstorming hand. Yeah. All right, so they probably just attack with a team. Then I have to block here and here. I take 3, go to 1. Can't really cast that one. And I can't attack. All right, so I guess probably my best draw here is to draw like another Thought Monitor, I guess. Actually, Sync to Stupor wouldn't be bad too to get rid of the token. I'm at 1 life, so it doesn't really matter what creature I get rid of because they all kill me. I said they can't attack me either, right? Alright, so it's whenever you... Oh, it has to enter. Okay, so... so that's 14 damage. It's not quite enough. Then when it enters, that what it says? Oh, another creature or another effect you control enters, so it can't just be... It can be just cast. Alright, let's swing with the 8/8, I guess. It's so close. 14. Yeah. Yeah, I'm starting to think that the Chalice on 0 maybe was too much. Yeah, I also don't have... I wouldn't have enough mana to cast a Sync to Stupor and Protect with a Flusterstorm, so... Not sure. Oh, does that win? Should, right? Because I think... Sweet. Alright, so 4-1. What are the final thoughts I have on this? I think the deck seems very powerful. Pretty sure some of the sequencing that I've made wasn't very correct. Influence Closure, the last 2 matches, I did play them. It was kind of late where I'm at, but I really wanted to make this video, so maybe didn't play my sharpest, but deck seems very powerful. It still carried me to some wins. Like I said, I think maybe Force Negations could be copies of Metallic Rebuke. I'm not really sure. The Surge Node is also another card that I didn't feel like I wanted to bring at any time, but I can see if I'm playing against another deck that's playing Chalice. If they Chalice on 0, then I want to put counters on it. So maybe if I'm playing against a mono red deck or something like that, then I can side out my Chalices and bring things like Surge Node. Then I can have like Haywire Mite, know that stuff. But yeah, other than that, I don't know if I have many thoughts on the deck. I think the list seems pretty fun. I've been seeing people doing well with this deck, and yeah, I think I'm gonna put some Pinnacle Emissaries in my online cart. I think I'll practice more with this deck. I think Kappa Cannoneer is one of those cards that, like, I think a lot of us forgot how good it is. 8-cast was a deck that was very popular, like when it first when Kappa and Thought Monitor were first released, and the deck was like also like it wasn't super expensive for like being a legacy deck. I don't think we had any. The deck doesn't have reserve list cards, right? So it wasn't too expensive. If you get different arts of the cards and stuff. I mean, too expensive in terms of legacy, I'm saying. So I remember locally, players were playing that card, and then Bowmasters got printed, and then I think everyone was just like, well, cards that say draw extra cards, like, just became unplayable. And that might not be the case, right? With that being said, this deck does have a problem with that. Cards that say like Hullbreacher or Orcish Bowmaster, of course they're a problem. If you have a hand full of Thought Monitors and Thoughtcast and your opponent has one single Bowmaster on the other side of the table, like that becomes a problem. And as much as I think Pinnacle Emissary is sweet, it is making 1/1 creatures. Not a problem with Bowmaster, but Tamiyo is a card that kind of like makes all this type of effects like way worse, right? Not trying to go on a tangent, but as someone that played a lot of Storm in the past, one of the ways to beat Temple decks was to try to make a quick Empty the Warrens, cast a quick Empty the Warrens, right? And that line kind of just became very bad nowadays because your blue-black and whatever opponent is playing Tamiyos can just easily nullify that play. So Pinnacle Emissary, again, is a cool card, but it doesn't have evasion. It's not, for some reason, I thought this card had flying. And the tokens that it's making are 1/1 flyers, but Tamiyo can just make them not do any damage. So yeah, I think with that being said, I don't know. I think the deck's still good. It wouldn't surprise me if I see top 18 challenges online. But again, the meta is changing a little bit. Maybe it's becoming like one of those cases that all the blue-black decks are trying to beat each other and not the other decks that in the format. So maybe there's a little bit of that. And like I said, I do think even if you're not attacking with the tokens, Kappa Cannoneer is a very powerful card. And there are sequences of play that you can easily cast a Kappa really fast with a Pinnacle Emissary and a couple of 0-drops, right? Again, thanks for watching. If you like Legacy, if you like Pre-Modern, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, leave any comments below on what you think on the deck, the plays I made, anything you saw in the video, even sound quality. I take notes of all this stuff, and I love reading the comments, and I try to reply to them in a timely manner. And and this deck is definitely going to be one of the decks that I'm going to be in my rotation of decks I'm testing for Eternal Weekend. Right now I'm kind of sitting on Mystic Forge as my number one choice, but I probably will be casting something that's like fast and doesn't take very long games. And this deck seems to be one of those decks. It's pretty aggressive. We've got Force of Wills for some of the combo decks in the format, and you also have like Chalice of the Void, which is it's always good in Legacy. But yeah, so hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, leave your comments below, and I'll see you guys next time.